Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Smart Learning. I'm David, and today with me is my friend Lisa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa, and I'm so happy to be here today. Together, we're going to explore 10 English mistakes you're probably making every day.
But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so you never miss our new English lessons.
Exactly. Now let's begin.
Let's start with the first mistake, confusing there, and there.
Yes, many learners mix them up. For example, some people write, they're going to school.
But the correct sentence is,
They're going to school.
let's explain. There shows possession. For example, their car is very fast.
And there shows a place. For instance, I put my bag over there.
There is short for they are. For example, they're very happy today.
Another common mistake is using there when you mean there. Some learners say, they're my friends are ready.
That's wrong. It should be, they're my friends, and they are ready.
Also, there is often confused with there, like their house is beautiful. Wrong.
Correct version is, their house is beautiful. See? One letter makes a big difference.
A simple tip is to remember, there equals possession, there equals place, there equals they are.
And practice. Try making sentences with all three words every day.
Yes, repetition helps. The more you use them correctly, the easier it becomes.
So now you know the first common mistake. Keep practicing and don't worry if you get it wrong at first.
Let's continue with mistake number 2. Now we'll talk about it's and its.
Oh yes, this is a very common mistake. Many learners confuse them because they sound the same.
For example, some people write, it's a sunny day today.
But the correct sentence is, it's a sunny day today.
Exactly. It's is a contraction. It stands for it is or it has.
Right. For example, you can say, it's raining outside, or it's been a long day.
On the other hand, its shows possession. For instance, the cat licked its paw.
Yes. Notice that its does not have an apostrophe. People often confuse it with its, but the meaning is different.
Here's another example. The company changed its logo. The company changed its logo.
See? The apostrophe changes everything. Its equals it is, but its equals belongs to it.
One tip is to try replacing its with it is in the sentence. If it makes sense, then its is correct. If not, use its.
Good idea. Also, practice using its to show possession, like the tree lost its leaves in autumn.
The more examples you practice, the easier it becomes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's part of learning.
Exactly. So now you understand the difference between its and its. Keep practicing every day, and soon it will become natural.
Now we're going to discuss mistake number 3. Me and my friend versus my friend and I.
Yes, this is a very common grammar mistake. Many learners use me instead of I when it is the subject of the sentence.
For example, some people say, me and my friend went shopping yesterday.
But the correct way is, my friend and I went shopping yesterday.
Why? Because when you are the subject of the sentence, you always use I. Me is only used as the object.
Exactly. For example, the teacher gave me and my friend a gift. Here, me and my friend is the object of the verb gave.
Another example, me and my brother are playing football. My brother and I are playing football.
Also, a polite tip. Always mention the other person first. Say my friend and I, not I and my friend.
Yes, that's true. It sounds more natural and polite.
One way to check is to remove the other person from the sentence. For example, me went shopping. Wrong. I went shopping. Correct.
That's a good trick. Always make sure I is used when you are the subject.
Keep practicing, and soon this will feel very natural in your speaking and writing.
Mistake number 4. Forgetting the S in third-person singular verbs.
Yes, this is a very common mistake, especially among English learners. Many forget to add S when using he, she, or it.
For example, some learners say, he go to school every day. Wrong. But the correct sentence is, he goes to school every day.
Another example is, she like chocolate. Wrong. She likes chocolate. Correct.
Remember, in present simple tense, we always add S for he, she, it. This rule is very important.
Right. Here's another tip. If you're talking about I, you, we, or they, you don't add S. For example, they play football every weekend.
Also, pronunciation is important. Some people say goes wrong. It should sound like goes, not go-s.
One more example. It rain a lot in winter. Wrong. It rains a lot in winter. Correct.
Practicing with daily examples helps. Try to make sentences about your family or friends using he, she, it, and check if you add the S.
Yes, small mistakes like this can make your English sound unnatural, so it's very important to practice.
Don't worry if you forget at first. Keep practicing and soon it will become automatic. Mistake number 5. Overusing the word very.
Ugh, yes. Many learners use very too often to describe something. For example, they say, it's very, very cold today.
But instead of repeating very, you can use a stronger adjective. For example, it's freezing today.
Exactly. Another example, instead of saying very big, you can say huge. Instead of very small, you can say tiny.
Using more precise words makes your English sound natural and professional.
Yes. Also, overusing very can make your sentences boring or repetitive.
Here's another example. The movie was very, very interesting. Wrong. The movie was fascinating. Correct.
And instead of very tired, you can say exhausted. See how much more expressive it sounds?
Exactly. Expanding your vocabulary will reduce the need for very.
One tip is to make a list of stronger adjectives and practice using them in your sentences.
Mistake number 6. Using advices instead of advice.
Yes, many learners think advice is countable, so they add an S at the end. For example, he gave me many advices.
But the correct sentence is, he gave me some advice.
Right. Advice is an uncountable noun, so we don't use advices. If you want to count advice, you can say a piece of advice. For example, she gave me a very useful piece of advice.
Exactly. Another example. I need 3 advices for my homework. Wrong. I need some advice for my homework. Correct.
Remember, uncountable nouns don't take S. Words like information, money, and furniture are similar.
That's true. You can say, I need some information, or I have a lot of furniture, but not informations or furnitures.
One tip is to always check if the noun can be counted. If not, don't add S.
Practicing sentences with advice will help you remember. For example, I asked my teacher for advice about studying English.
Mistake number 7. Confusing much and many.
Yes, this is a very common mistake. Many learners don't know when to use much and when to use many.
For example, some learners say, how many money do you have?
But the correct sentence is, how much money do you have?
Right. Money is uncountable,
so we use much.
Another example. I have much friends in my school.
I have many friends in my school.
Exactly. Friends is countable, so we use many. Water is uncountable, so we say much water.
Here's a tip. If you can count the items one by one, use many. If you can't count them individually, use much.
Also, in questions and negative sentences, much is common. For example, I don't have much time today.
And with many, you can say, I have many books at home.
Practice makes perfect. Try making 5 sentences with much and 5 with many every day.
Mistake number 8. Using the wrong prepositions.
Yes, prepositions are tricky in English. Many learners use the wrong ones in daily sentences.
For example, some people say, she is married with a doctor.
But the correct sentence is, she is married to a doctor.
Right. Married is always followed by to, not with.
Another common mistake is using in instead of on. For example, I was born in Monday. Wrong. I was born on Monday. Correct.
Exactly. Also, people say, he is good in football. Wrong. He is good at football. Correct.
Prepositions can change the meaning of a sentence, so we have to be careful.
Another example is, she depends of her parents. Wrong. She depends on her parents. Correct.
One tip is to read more English sentences and notice which prepositions are used. Practice makes it easier to remember.
Mistake number 9. Saying I am agree instead of I agree.
Yes, this is a very common mistake. Many learners add am before agree, but it's unnecessary.
For example, some people say, I am agree with you. But the correct sentence is, I agree with you.
Exactly. Agree is already a verb, so we don't need am before it.
Another example, she is agree with the plan. She agrees with the plan.
Notice here for he, she, it, we add s to the verb. He agrees, she agrees, it agrees.
Yes, and in negative sentences, we say, I am not agree with this idea. I do not agree with this idea.
Also, you can ask a question like, am I agree with you? Do I agree with you? Or simply, do you agree with me?
One tip is to remember, never use am with agree. Just use I agree or he, she, it agrees.
Practicing this in daily conversations will make your English sound natural.
Absolutely. Small mistakes like this can make a big difference in how fluent you sound. We're talking about the last mistake, number 10, common pronunciation mistakes.
Yes, pronunciation is very important in English. Some learners write correctly but say words wrong, which can confuse people.
For example, many say, can I ask you a question? Wrong. Can I ask you a question? Correct.
Exactly. Ask is often mispronounced as ask, but the correct way is ask.
Another common mistake is with silent letters. For example, I cut the knife yesterday. I cut the knife yesterday.
Yes, the K in knife is silent. Many learners pronounce it, but it should be silent.
Also, some words are stressed incorrectly. For example, he is interested in music. He is interested in music.
Practicing pronunciation daily is very helpful. You can listen to native speakers, repeat words, and record yourself.
Another tip is to learn common patterns. For example, ION is pronounced like shun, as in information or education.
Yes, and don't be afraid to ask someone if you are saying a word correctly. Practice makes perfect.
Great!
These were the 10 English mistakes you're probably making every day.
Remember, everyone makes mistakes. The key is to learn from them and practice regularly.
Thank you for joining us. See you in the next lesson.